So we just heard that businesses need to be transparent and prove to the customers that their products are safe for the environment. Our next guest is Sebastiaan Stiller from EPD International AB. He has a wide experience in helping companies to be transparent and fulfill environmental legislation through life cycle assessments. Welcome on stage, Sebastiaan. It's all yours.
Thank you, Lisa. And good day, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know about the exact what, how, and when, but we see it coming, and it's going to be comprehensive and consequential. Political activism in the European Union to actually build the green circular economy is strong and very real. Just look at the outlines of Timmermans' new environmental Green Deal. In this Green Deal, the legislator will push for mandatory requirements that will force you as a manufacturer to improve the environmental performance of your products. They also will look into means to penalize those amongst us who will not be able to uphold the new preset requirements. And if we can trust the DOP and the CE mark discussions and actual inclusion of environmental indicators into this CE mark, we can foresee a future in which the European Union will come to a point and say, if you don't comply, we will push you out of the market. So we see a lot of companies now finding new ways to actually meet the growing need for environmental information about their products, but also about their organizations and their value chains. And in response, we see that companies actually do sign up to SDG initiatives, like the science-based targets, and it would say in more general terms towards circularity and working towards carbon neutrality. We also see, very fortunately, that there are pioneering companies who actually have ramped up, have accepted this challenge, and actually built very convincing roadmaps in which they do not only include, but also actively engage with their stakeholders in their way to their carbon neutrality. But once they are there and they have actually accepted that challenge, they very quickly realize that when you want to communicate in a very credible way with your stakeholders, you need objective, comparable, and high-quality data. Because you don't want to be in a space where you as a company are being confronted with greenwashing accusations. So if we look at the ISO standards, there are actually 3 standards that you can use to communicate the environmental impact of your products and services. These standards, they come for different communication needs, but also with different environmental claims. So if you look at the type 1, which is the eco label, and you know them as the Nordic Swan or the Blue Angel in Germany, manufacturers typically use these to communicate the environmental aspects of their products, I would say in a highly simplified way. You have the type 2, which is the self-declared eco-label, and then you have the type 3, which is the environmental product declaration, the EPD in short. And it shouldn't come as a surprise that they're my absolute favorite, because I'm selling them obviously, but also because it is the only instrument that gives you the full picture of the environmental performance of your product in a life cycle perspective. They are the open book, so they do not only show you the good, like the eco labels do, but also the bad and the really ugly stuff about the environmental performance in your product. So let's call it hyper-transparency. And now you may actually criticize me because saying, yeah, an EPD is nice and well, but it's actually very expensive. And you were right, but I can say that a lot of innovation has been going on and the solutions out there that allow you to do an LCA in a very cost-efficient way. And let's be honest, if it's true what's coming, what I just said, you will most probably not get around with having to do LCAs anyways. So I urge you to actually start working, start doing your homework, start looking into LCAs, and actually start understanding your product better than anybody else in this world, because otherwise you're going to be confronted with these kind of claims.
Thank you very much, Sebastiaan.
Thank you.
Very interesting.